that helped that Danny didn't, and give me your feedback. Now, oops, where'd the screen go? So the next up is for Mallory. Kristen Mallory. And after Kristen is Pili. Okay. So Kristen Mallory, she has 2 questions, and I don't know if I can answer it in 1 minute, but she has, how can I help my son? What are, if any, my past lives tied to my boyfriend? Choose one, my son. Okay, gotcha. Hi, I'm Brenda Power, Medicine Woman, and I'm live on YouTube as well as on Facebook at the same time. We're doing 1-minute reads, and it is from Kristen Mallory. We're going to say, how can I help my son? So as she looks, understand when your son, he doesn't have coping tools. What makes that difficult is that how do you function? How do you need to do what you need to do? And if they're having trouble moving forward or whatever the case may be, it usually boils down to coping tools. Okay, so how could you help him? Is if you can address, he feels bully energy coming at him, and this is how he defines it. So, and because he defines it that way, he has a self-imposed limitation, and so he dishonors himself to some degree because it's like. So that energy dictates. How can you help them? There's all these different healing tools on my website. He's experiencing from a soul pattern that he feels worthless, and you are going to have to help address how to define it and how to heal out of it. Because it is an emotion and he's choosing worthless as a coping tool to define that moment, I would highly suggest like this one here. If you can get him to do just this one alone and think about, I don't know how old he is. I don't know anything about it, but it doesn't matter to some degree as long as you can help him or you do the holding and he thinks the issue. But if you feel like he's scared, hold the head. Doesn't matter what it is. Give him a tool. If you feel scared, do this. If you feel like somebody's, you feel scared of somebody, you got to find the right language. I don't know how old he is. I'm going to go from there. Next person is, like I said, is Pili. After Pili will be someone that's the letter A. Oh, Angela Boyce. Boyce. So Pili, you're next. And she just says, hey, can I get a free reading? All right, Pili, we'll just do a, again, comment if you've got a reading and if it's helped you in any form, make a comment that helps. Pili, my dear, you're overcompensating again somewhere. That is, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, I'm going to have to go correct that. I got to go, I got to make myself clear. And or in some fashion, whatever it is, I got to go in. It wasn't perfect. I need to correct that. Okay, so you're overcompensating and worrying about what other people say. So they said that you're used to being stifled, and so you overcompensate in your head because you shame yourself. If that's the case, put your hand on your forehead just when you feel like you're getting high beta and you feel you're starting to think those thoughts, because it can be nasty that because you have no empathy for yourself. You think what other people think, which is part of what the RTJP does. It's part of that brain. But your soul is asking you to resolve that out, which is your coping tool that you have to think and feel this way. And because they want you to let it go. I'm just going to ask for a question. Is there any specific age 3, something you have to add age 3 of letting it go? Whoa, I just saw something go through me like somebody was yelling and you had to correct yourself because you felt like you did it wrong. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do, if you heard your name called, then put a hashtag MWB, the number 4 ME. Okay, if you hear your name called. Otherwise, I just want to see how many people are still here. See, Pili, she says, talks about a boy. And again, you're going to overcompensate because there's a part of you that feels it's an overthinking thing. You have to look at that. Hi, Tammy. Yes. Just making a comment, even with hearts and thank you, or like I said, even a hashtag, that helps me know. Next person, like I said, Angela Boyce. And then after Angela is a Tammy. Not sure about the last name. And then after that is, was it Clara Scott? Clara Scott, Cleora Scott. So the first one is Angela Boyce. Do you see that my family will move out of state? Okay. See if the family is moving out of state. There is a great expanding of energy that's occurring. And if I ask to focus on her and her question, will the family move out of state? There's all this hype, but there's too much panic going on from her. Now there's too much chaos. And right now there's too many variables that are going on. And even though things have not fallen in place, I keep hearing things have just not fallen into place. And if I asked, no, not that either. Oh, shoot. I thought it would be. Stop this real quick. I got to check something. Where is it? What did we do with it? Not here? What about here? Not here? Well, that does not help. Oh, I got a new cat, by the way. I like it. Hey, it looks pretty good. That's interesting. My big cards are gone. Yes, I have cards. I don't use them much because Spirit. Anyways. I'm going to turn the timer back on for Angela in just a second. Spirit is so will they move out of state? Eventually they will. It will be success, yes. And the reason, but that's why I had to get the cards, because I see way too many variables, too many bitch slaps that are going on, too many things. I don't see it smooth. Why? And it could be, I just don't see it smooth. Time's up. Okay, like I said, there's Tammy, and then Clara, and then Brandy Johnson. So let's go to Tammy. I'm not sure last name. First time visitor. Wonderful. Loving your discussions. I recently become aware of some of the trauma timelines. Ooh, my question tonight is, where do I need to focus on clearing and healing at this time? Second, any questions that comes through of any of my granddaughter. Is your granddaughter alive or dead? That's weird. I mean, energetically, I've got PC. Where do I get all this information? Is that I talk to the dead on the other side, but at the same time, see, and your question is perfect because that's what I would say. Okay, that's what I'd be asking. So, what particular trauma we're going to take? We're going to go back to when you were age 9. This particular trauma started to make it so that you have to worry, and it became a excessive worry, so high beta thinking, which then causes you to invalidate your belief, your truth. But then, I don't know how you do it, but then you go over and to cope with that, really, You do self-abuse, denigrating of the thoughts. You demoralize yourself. So it's a lot of what you do to yourself based on this trauma. But if I go back, where do you need to heal? And is looking at how there is a false charm. So whatever the trauma was, is that your body says, I'm scared of the being fallen for it again. And all of that negative stuff is your coping tool, but you need to heal how you cope. That's a reaction in the coping. But you need to go back to, again, you can EFT, you can have private reading with me, and then I will use tools to help you get through them quickly. Whatever this trauma happened at 9, there was a charming effect, which caused you to jump into that. Okay. It caused you to jump into that. And that is where I would want to work on that. You're like, how can I trust somebody that's charming? Or how can I trust somebody? Okay. So somebody did a paid read. All right. Once we get done with this little group, then I will do the paid read. So after Brandy will be the paid read, and then I'll go back to the 1-minute reads. So Clara Scott, or Clara, Lenore, Clara, okay. I want to know what spirit can tell me about my concerns related to whether or not I have attachment I need to remove. Or not, I have an attachment. Gotcha. So when I look at this, is there an attachment that she's referring to? No, here's the thing. You had I don't see an attachment. What I see is the residue of a thought process. So you created a thought form over this fear. So go in it. I don't know how old you are, but it's something about 32. 32 is the year 32. And 1. So it first started out at 1 year old. And the particular thing that happened here was that how people use their power. They exerted their power, created lofty, being mean, but you felt that. And what did you feel about that? And they said that it's made you very awkward. Then the awkward set you up for this big thing that occurred later on. And the interesting energy that comes about of it is that you did not resolve what happened to you at 1. So it created an extra voice, and it created this fear. And so this is one of the things I noticed, is that it's how we cope, manage, and deal. And that energy ends up feeling like it attacks us, because it's just an emotion, but we made it alive. And if we healed that emotion, it detaches this thing that seems to attack us, because what happens is your brain will replay certain things over and over, and it will create a particular moment. So now, Brandy Johnson, what can I do to help myself move forward? Well, the first thing you do is got to get your heart and mind in sync. Because if you can think it, this and that, and you're not gonna go forward, you can make all of the visionary boards and this and that. But if your heart and your mind doesn't pick it at the same time, don't communicate at the same time, you can't create harmonization. The thing that they're saying that you need to look and remove it is that there is a part of you that is like, I want to move forward, but I can't. So this is what you call, wow, they just pulled that on my head. Towards and away from. You want to move towards something, but you move away from it. The program that makes you run away from it, something that happened to you when you were 22. Yeah, because they keep going over 2. It could be 2 years old. No, they're more clear that it's 22. The point is that I feel all of this energy of, oh my God, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm right? What if this? What if that? And then it's interfering with my thinking. So what happened at age 22 that they want you to work on is that you're afraid to expand yourself, because you learn to contract it. And if you expand yourself, are you going to get attacked? If so, heal out how you believe you get attacked, because something happened, you made a decision, and you made it a belief, and you gave your willpower away. You need to heal that out. After the paid reading, we'll go back to the 1 minute, and then if you sent your email or over here, then you will still get your reading. So Barbara Lessard. Okay, she gets her 6 minutes. Wow. How did PayPal take out a big chunk? I asked for 7 and I get basically nothing. Wow, that's interesting. Not sure how that happened. And it's that has to do with part of the reading. Oh, gotcha. All right, so my dear, are you... I paid for it. So Barbara, you're up next, but Lessard, Barbara York. I don't see anybody that's new. If you have a question, understand, you go up there, or you'll see it down below. That's my email. You email me your question. That way I get to honor you. Otherwise, it gets lost in the thing and you don't get your reading. So email me your question and you get a 1 minute free read. Barbara York, how do you want to do this? Because I can talk to you free. I mean, pick out. Okay, spirit, switch it, because I'm not playing this game of words. Okay, very good. Unclear thoughts. Hold on. We can't begin this until... Are you here? Is she present? Is she present? I don't know where she's at. We're doing a few things new, Miss Teresa Perkins. While we're waiting for Barbara York to communicate with me so I know what she paid for a reading, then we'll do that. Oh, thank you, Anne. But what it is if you look at the link, the pinned link, you'll see an email. If you want a free read, then you email me your question. We'll just go it that way. That way I can make sure I honor everybody. And after you get a read, oh, yes, there she goes. After you get a read, you need to let me know that it made sense, or you loved it, or do you want me to just do a cold? I will do a cold, and if you want to butt in at any time, Barbara, you can. They said that there's a nervous. Now, as I'm looking, they're telling me to look and scan your body. I see some energy. That's interesting. Show me what you're looking at. Nourishing your emotions, your thoughts, spiritually and ego. So nourishing. So what I see is that you can't really nourish or take care of that part of yourself, because you have this thing. And as I'm looking at you, so that means I'm looking at your face, you have this over here, and you're very protective. But the thing is that it says that I feel attacked. And if I look, I can literally see that you felt attacked emotionally. And that's really huge. I mean, it's changing the color. I see yellow, but I see it's so murky. And there's something about it feels really bad. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, Barbara, you can talk right now. That it made you very insecure. And if I say, can you give me an age? 12 years old. So what happened at 12, Barbara? Because they're saying that you felt attacked, and the energy. Now my energy is that you're very suspicious. So then that really changes my energy again. And now I'm trying to cope, handle, and deal. So I keep seeing this loop. I'm going around, cope, handle, and deal. Then you've learned to distrust from that time. So not only did you feel attacked, now you've learned to distrust, and then that's how you trust, is through distrust. I distrust. Therefore, it's my gut feeling. Is it your gut? No, this is your fear. And it created a repulsion to people, places. So it's hard for you to go in certain places because you're like, ooh. And they're saying that you're what do you want to call it? Even though you're trying to think that is correct, it's misinformation, and therefore it puts you in a false state, positive, meaning oh, I'm positively safe, but you're not. And if you say, okay, I'm going to stop myself from going here because I have this gut feeling, they're saying that your gut feeling's tainted. It's interfered because you're trying to cope, handle, and deal. You not only did you go into that, this is you go into how people behave. And there's a part of you in some sort of way you feel like you need to bully back so that this won't happen again. You may not even be aware of particular, but it's there. And it doesn't make sense to you at all because I don't know if you can see and know what I'm talking about, but I'm watching that energy and it keeps you pulling you back and forward. So, and as I'm looking to see whether you can get out of this and move forward, they said, yes, you can. But at the same time, as soon as you do, you give yourself a symptom of spinning out. You're like, oh God, it was overwhelming. It's too much. I can't do it. And so that symptom was born out of that 12-year-old self. So this particular experience, once again, resurfaced. And then you're like, oh, see, something's wrong with me. So I said, if you go to the doctor, they'd tell you it was like high blood pressure and other stuff. So now I'm looking back at the body. The body says, see, I'm creating symptoms. And you have to understand it's all based on emotions and experiences. And because of emotion experiences, it throws you in a tizzy. And I'm like, really? They said, yes, because you still have their power of whatever somebody did to you is still stuck on you. And that causes you to put yourself in a stress state, which then, if you understand one thing about high blood pressure or stress changes, is that I had my ex, he could just stand right next to me and my blood pressure would start to go through the roof. As soon as he walked away, my blood pressure went down. It was like, oh my God, I cannot tolerate that man anymore. So just be aware. No more comment from her. Okay. So, and then you just know that I was an it. Okay. An I-it relationship is that, like for me and you, it's an I-you. I'm talking to you. I'm waiting for a response and I'm, wanting to make sure that you're getting your money's worth. I want to have a relationship. Whereas an I-it is that you're just the object. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter what she thinks. I know what I'm doing. Oh, here, hold this, and here your hands are already full, or, you just become an it. It's not anything more. You're like, you're an it, and you're tired of it because if people that you don't even know come up to you, they treat you like an it instead of being a person. And it goes back to that experience of very much fearful. And it literally causes you to have physical symptoms, but your body's responding to that particular time period. Yes. Yes, you can heal this. One of the main things that you can do is you can make an appointment with me. Number 2, you can do it on your own. My website has a bunch of free healing tools. EFT would be your best effort, especially when you start feeling you're doing the symptoms. Okay. If you can go remember the incident, oh my God, even though I was attacked, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. The main thing is like this here, working on the oh my God points is to bring the blood back up when your body feels like it's in that environment or that same shit's going to happen. Keep your hand here because 80% of the blood starts leaving the forebrain and then the programs kick in and it's like, oh, this is what's going to happen. And we want you to stop doing that. Why? I'm saying spirit and your soul says we want to be done with that. Okay. Barbara says that makes sense to her. Good. Okay. Now, yeah, the website, just to let you know, it's a medicine woman, the number 4, the letter U.Weebly, WEEBLY.com. And look under healing tools, and you'll see a whole bunch of drop down healing tools. Those are free. You can do them to yourself, or I take private readings. Now, going back. I'm going to double check. Okay, no more paid. We're going to go all the way back down to, see, this is why I always have you. So, Maria Nourella. After Maria Nourella, okay, Barbara Lessard, even though, she paid and she's going to get one free. Yeah, that's still good. So so don't go away, Barbara. So it's Maria Nourella, Barbara, and then Autumn Day. And then, like I said, if you heard your name, and then you do it that way. Let's see. Remember, you only send one question. And Maria says, I have many questions. Haha. What do I ask? How do I get my power back? I'm 62 and the damages are so thorough. It is struggle. Anyhow, hope. Yeah, we take it one step at a time. So let's ask spirit, your soul. Your soul will just say, this is what I want you to work on so you can get your power back quicker. And the thing is that they're saying that you learn to check out. It's your go-to. It's your, I'll do that later. Or if something's happened, well, thanks for all those loves. That's perfect. Can you feel it? I can feel it. Spirit just said, start the timer. So I go, you get a few more minutes. So every time you want to go and you want to get out of your mess, your body says, I'm disgusted by this. People disgust me. And listen to that particular thought pattern that's happening. If you believe it's a struggle, spirit, the universe says, oh, she says, send in struggle. How does she like it? Okay. We can disrupt that pattern. First of all, understand you decided, you believed it, you gave it your willpower. We got to create closure to it. So even though it's a struggle, even though I see a struggle, even though I believe it's a struggle, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. What Brenda said, even though you go through and literally notice, even though I'm checking, oh, damn, I want to check out because what I want. If I ask why you mainly want to check out, and they said, goes back to what? I was humiliated. If you know what humiliation is, you go back and you heal out that particular story so that it can stop making you check out, stop making this particular pattern, and you can literally change. Yes, anybody that's new here or has returned, we're going to try something different because I want to honor you. I don't want to miss you. Therefore, I want you to understand to email me, and there is the pinned link. And then email me your question. That was the way I can always make sure I get you. And after you're done, then after it is done, then you say hashtag MWB for me, or give me a comment, or however you want to do it. Okay. So if you're new and you want a free minute to read, then you email me. Look in the pinned post. All right, so now we're going to go back. And Barbara, you have your 1 minute free read. Yep, okay, there and there. So it says, I see a new doctor on Friday, and I'm so anxious and scared of how it's going to go. His decision in my medication could ruin my life. Oh, good God, honey. All right, one of the things I want you to do is what we just talked about. You understand that can affect why you're even taking medication. But for this, because it is something that it's an old pattern, but it's still new, is that you have just doing this will, and while you're thinking of the anxiousness will help. Placing your hand on your heart, and you see this, the two fingers come together. You rub that point. Well, tap that point. You can rub it. But if you have your hand over your heart and you're doing this, you breathe in and think of it, and breathe in and think of it. Switch over. If you still feel like that anxious, breathe in and think of it. Now, I would go a step further and place your hand here, literally think and feel it down. Put on a scale from 0 to 10 and allow yourself to go, oh my God, and then just stay here. Don't take your hand away. Stay here until the thoughts start going down, because what's happening is the body is healing itself and lessening the emotions that cause you to do this. Look at how you believe it's going to ruin your life. Even though this medication is going to ruin my life, I deeply and completely, because you are running to the end of your timeline and your brain only predicts. So heal that out. You can do those little things. Okay. Autumn Day, and then Lori Grassa, and then Brenda Smoke. And so Autumn Day, what do I need to do in order to heal my womb? Okay. So is there womb issues? It's the energy that supports the womb. Okay, so which ones are they? Gallbladder and liver. Those two, is anything frozen in her? Are they moving? No, they're stagnant. There's a fear. And is it your fear? When did you have this fear? At 13. At age 13, you're afraid to get pregnant. And that still holds to state today. Okay, so at 13, you're afraid to get pregnant because you were afraid that the exertion of somebody's power was going to hurt you if you were pregnant. And your womb and everything still believes that. And the gallbladder, it is, I have to, what is it? Emotionally what? Distrust. Yeah, you emotionally. So it was that time period. You have to look at that time period and heal out those emotions and those beliefs that you have, because your womb is under arrest right now based on that. So heal those out. Laura Grossi, Brenda Smoke, and then Ronnie Aldridge. So we go back to Lori Grossi. Oh, did I apparently already do that? Because she responded. Oh, I did do that. So she already has a heal. She already got one. Well, thank you. Yeah, you can respond in the chat room, because I'll read that afterwards. So if you want to respond, just respond in the chat room. And well, I have another love relation in this lifetime. Brenda Smoke, Ronnie, and then Animal Lover 9. Brenda Smoke. Well, let's look. Yeah, you will, but you're not going to see it right off the bat because you won't let yourself. So let me explain. Well, you have another love relationship in this lifetime, and that says that you believe that it's not worth waiting for, even though your head's going, oh my God, I want somebody to love me. Okay. And why would that card say we're not worth waiting for? Why would that card come up? And the program that you have inside yourself, and the biggest one was what happened to you when you were 19. And it says that I reject something out of my reality. And was it somebody's behavior? What is it? Go where? There's a great panic. Really? There's a great panic. So whatever happened at that time was a great panic. Was that you're going to have children? So were you scared of being pregnant at 19 or however it was? Because that literally actually interferes with your relationship of one, even though you could be past your prime and never have another child, it doesn't matter. Your body still holds that program. Got it? Ronnie Aldridge, Animal Lover 09, and Teresa Perkins, and then Dasha Hall. So Ronnie. Oh, LaRonda. Okay. Okay, please, am I on the right track, or is something else coming around the corner? Okay, so that we're going to ask. Is she on the right track? Yes. These are stepping stones. They're clarifying. They're stepping stones. So you're perfectly on track. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You have to do this, this, and this, and then till it doesn't need it anymore. Is that the case? And then you get another step. So it's like that step's important, but you can't get to the top if you don't have this step. I mean, you could try to skip 2 steps, but you have to go backwards to get that information you need. So you have to see how things are coming to you and how they're going to build what you need to create where you're going. Yes. And so what is it? Is it just the doubt? Okay, even though I have doubt, even though I can't trust, I would tap that out. I get rid of it, because they said you have a self-imposed limitation that says I can't have what I want. I would heal that out first, because if you don't, then it doesn't matter how many steps you take, because you're just going to always keep hitting the same self-imposed limitation. Remove it, dear. Hi, everybody. A little bit different for some of you is that I'm taking your email. That way I get everybody. So if you want a 1 minute read, look at the pinned email and then email me your question. Even if you say cold read, it doesn't matter. That way I can make sure I don't lose you. And Mary, same thing. Email it to me. And then after you've got it, please make a comment so that I know that you have it. You've gotten information. So Animal Lover 9. Oh, Karen Dam. I never had a reading done before, so this will be a new one. But here's my question. I've been best friends with this guy for 9 years. We both have feelings for each other, but we live in a few states away. Do you see us ever getting together? Well, right now he's safe. He's very safe. The relationship's safe because you don't have to address something. Do you have afraid of commitment? No. Do you have afraid of making it so that you're in the same household? Yes, because what I saw growing up wasn't pretty. Something happened to you at age 13. You're like, oh my God. And with that, oh my God, you have trained yourself and declared, I'm not going to have this happen to me in my life. If that's the case, heal that out. Even though I have declared I am not going to let this happen to me, okay, get it out because it creates an arrested development. And this is why you're seeing this thing that happens for 9 years. Now, when is there any more that needs to be addressed? And if she tapped out, could she really get the emotion out? Yes, because she has to see how that emotion that I don't ever want this happen, it is a compulsion to run away from. So notice that feeling and that emotion, and then you tap that out. Hopefully that makes sense. Mish Perkins, any help with acupuncture tapping from mom's rapid heartbeat? It could be her thyroid doing it also. Oh, okay. What do you want her to do? She got a rapid heartbeat, slow it down. Okay, and then is that the only point? No. Is anything frozen? Yes. What's frozen? Large intestine. And if we could correct that, would that help correct the heartbeat? Okay, what else? It's a habit. A habit. What's the habit of? Being scorned. She feels like she's being scorned. So it's over, continuous, being scorned. So her heart keeps going like this. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is understand that on each hand under the pinky, okay, at the crick, okay, not here, but here, see? You're going to rub. What I tell people when they can't fall asleep and they can't get their heart rate down below their resting heart rate to fall asleep is you rub this about 30 times. Do both sides. And wait a few minutes, and if you feel like you have to do it, you'll do it again. Now, I want you to get a magnet. A refrigerator magnet will be just fine. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your refrigerator magnet, and you're going to take, and because this is to do with the large intestine, see how the fingers come together and right to the bone point? That's the point. Take it and your magnet, go back and forth. Good 10, 12 times. Do it on both sides, both hands. Then you go in and you rub them a good 30 times. Okay, then go back to the heart. All right, and that'll be the first step. And then since she feels like she's been scorned, and she'll say, because most people say, oh, well, I'm not being scorned. They're looking in the now. I'm telling you that she knows what it feels like to be scorned when she was 29. Take her back to a place where you live in, who are you with, and then that can re-jog a memory. Okay. So we have Daisha Hall. And there's nobody else after that wants a reading? Okay. Now, how I get it through the email is you see the pinned comment. It says medicine woman, the number 4, the letter U, doctor.com is the email. Send me your question. You get a free minute read. This way I get to honor anybody and everybody. And then if I've made a so let's see. Tammy says, do I pay through PayPal to your email address? No, PayPal goes to the, if you can, I didn't put it over here, so you wouldn't know that. But yeah, it goes to that bpower.mw@dr.com. That's the, if I find the right remote, we'd be good here. Let's see. If you want to do PayPal, that is bpower.mw@dr.com. That is if you want a paid reading. Hit enter. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so remember, you may be new or old. Doesn't matter if you've been here before. It's hard for me to see the board, but if you send it through email, I get to read it and I get to see it, and I get that extra time with you. So Daisha Hall. So how am I supposed to deal with things when everything is crumbling? I am supposed to keep believing in someone or let them go. Ooh, that's a biggie, sweetie. Daisha, one thing is that you got to remember, you're very emotional. Your head is in the space. It's because you're meant to transform what you're doing. You're supposed to feel this way. And no, you don't have to keep believing in someone or let them go. It is, you heal this emotion, which creates and lets go of this story that your inner world creates your outer world, because you have to see them this way. And your thoughts are going to be a muck because you can't listen with your heart. You can't listen with spirit. You can only listen through your fear of ego. You heal that emotion out. Those emotions cause your thoughts. And then when you start healing the emotion, the thoughts calm down. And when you get to the point where I don't feel it there, then you get clearer thoughts, and you then get spiritual ideas, and you can hear your heart, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay, so the best way to do that is putting your hand on your forehead, or you can make an appointment with me. I'm just going to ask real quick. You have to heal the fact that you feel, is it safe for me to love? Because it is safe for you to love, but it's hard for you when you feel this way. And if you don't feel like you can love or feel safe to love, then it's going to give you all kinds of wrong answers. I would tap that out. Because there's a party that says, it is safe for me to love, but when you are going through, and this is for everybody, your first, second, and third chakra are all about survival. And if you are going through, like for what she's going through, Daisha's going through, then your heart's going to say, I have no time to be open and be vulnerable. No, fuck this shit. And you're going to block it. And so then it's going to, because your ego then takes over and you can't hear anymore. So your heart wants to love, but it says, I don't feel safe. And so again, heal that emotion down. I'm going to look and see, no more paid ones. That's fine. I'm going to go over to this. Okay, so Barbara, one of the things you can do, you only get one question for free unless you've already paid, but I didn't see that and we couldn't get to communicate. But the thing is, you got to understand you're worrying way too much. Okay. And your fear is out of control. I'm going to tell you one thing, and I can't guarantee that you're going to do it. And I can't guarantee that you're so afraid of being controlled. So I'm going to say, if you could work with me and tell me, and you tell the world that, yeah, I mean, it's so high right now. If you were to take your left hand under your thumb, not in the middle, not the edge, but right here. 1, 2, 3. See, there's 3 spots. I want you to put your thumb in the second spot. That means right there. Not here, but here. And you're going to put your pointer finger in the palm, wrap your fingers around. And you're going to keep your thumb nice and soft. And then I want you to do this. And then I just want you to sit just like that with all of your thoughts and all of your emotions, because they're really high. They're a big fat 10 and the color is astronomical. And what I want you to do is I want you to sit there. And I want you to do this. And then after a few minutes, I want you to tell me if you notice the numbers going down. Okay? Because you're eventually going to get it down. You just have to start trusting. Amy Schmalls. Do I have any bitch slaps coming soon? That's a good question. Does Amy have a bitch slap coming? Yeah, oh God, yes. Does it happen? What? Has to do with your husband and the difference of trying to expand yourself. When you're getting ready to expand yourself, you're going to have to start closing certain things off in your life so that you can open up in the direction you want, because you can't live in 2 worlds. Your comfort zone is getting tighter because you're starting to grow. And you got to heal the fact that you expect to take it with you, because you've got to start making some really deep decisions, and without doing so, and you think just because you're not going to look at it, you're going to get a big bitch slap. Is it supposed to happen? No, this means it can be preventable. Patricia, I'm sure you probably didn't hear it, so I don't know. Patricia, are you even here? I can't tell if anybody's there. Anyways. And there is nobody else wants a reading, because again, email me. You know what email is. You look at my pinned post. I know you can read the post, and it shows the email. You're welcome, Amy. Now, just look. Things have changed because I don't like to miss anybody. Barbara, keep doing it right now. Because let me tell you, this shit works. But you got to do it, and I can sit here and be with you. Now, Blanca, what I want you to understand is that we have a new way of doing things. Natasha, we have a new way of doing things, because it's hard for me to make sure that I don't lose people. And that is, you email me your general question. And the email is right there in the pinned comment. That way I know. Now stay there. Good job. Barbara says, I feel calmer. Stay there, because you're not quite all the way finished out on it. You've got it down to a 7. You need to finish it out. And what I want you to notice is that you feel deficient. You don't have enough answers. Okay? And if you don't have enough answers, then notice what you're thinking. Okay, so Tammy, you said you sent for a general, and you send that under bpower at dr.com. Okay, and you sent it to PayPal. Is that correct? If you did, it didn't show up yet. Wonder why. It should have shown up. Make sure you sent it correctly. I'm going to dive into PayPal itself and see. Oh, I think we got it. You may be going under Nope, that's not it. Log in. All right, real quick, we will get to the 1 minute reads in just a second. Somebody wants a 1 minute read, we can do that. Should just pop up. If you haven't sent it correctly, did you put the dot under B Power dot MW? Some people miss the dot. No, the last one I got was Barbara. I do not see yours. It should have came right through. So that means send, and if you have any problems with understanding that, can you get a screenshot of how you did it? Oh, you missed the dot. Okay, good. Fix the dot and you should be fine. Natasha, it was so easy. It was so hard for me to go through and make sure I got everybody and to make sure I know that I honor you. And that is, if you look in the pinned comments, you should see Medicine Woman, the number 4, the letter U at doctor.com. And to get your free minute reading, you just type in what you want to ask me and we'll do that. And Anne, it's not working. She says, I will try again. LaRonda, I read yours already. So we're gonna have complications already. Darn. Yeah, LaRonda, I did yours a while back under Ronnie, and I said, oh, it's LaRonda. But anyways, it's under HOUSSEM, Hashim. Howsome, rhyme, Tilly. I can't even. I'm really bad at this. Okay, so under HOUSSEM, Hashim, Howsome is Blanca. So Hashim says, "What do you see for the next 2 years?" Okay, so the thing is that I don't quite see what you're going to do. I can tell you only what's going to stop you from doing what you want to do. I see you want to pull out and do something. I feel this energy of wanting to do something. But how you do anything is how you're going to do everything. And they said that you're going to block the hell out of yourself. And if I ask why, is because you want a positive environment more than what you have, but you can't quite get it because you got to define and be aware of what is a you got to become aware of. So can you define that you're in a positive environment? You got to understand there's different levels, because if you think you're in a positive environment and you have people that are negative and thinking, or you have your support system is not inspiring you, you have to really define if you're really getting this, because you're connected in what's to familiar, because they literally said that you're used to people acting mean, and how you do anything is how you do everything. So you're going to attract that in. And it's going to confuse you because you want something more, but you can't get it. So then you get stuck in your head and you get defensive with your heart. And then it gets very much, you will then expand and contract, and you're going to stay exactly where you are as far as being able to move forward. Okay. Good night, Betty. Let's see. Now we're going to go back over here. I'm not sure what's up with these. Then it should be really no easy. Okay, so as I look, even though I got Blanca, but Amy Patterson, you said that you sent it. I sent one. Well, it may take a few minutes. And yes, That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to find the rhythm of what Spirit wants here. Tammy, it hasn't come through yet. Not what's happening here because it hasn't come through yet. It should have came through. Okay, not a big deal. Blanca, new course that I will take on second week of October. What can you tell me? Okay, so you're really excited about this new course, but the frequency that's going on inside of you is very low, which means you're going to not be able to grasp it as much as you would like. So I would say you're going to have to raise up the why you want it, and you have to listen more with your heart to get into the course that you want. So what you put into is what you get out of it. Now you're going to come up with an issue of feeling overpowered by something, maybe the words or whatever the course is. But the thing is this is part of the routine you came up with when at 12 years old. This is what happened to you at 12. And now your soul says you're getting reintroduced with this again. And therefore it's like, so your soul wants you to heal. Hopeless. You have a pattern of being hopeless. Over time hopeless that something won't come to pass. Oh, here we go again. Same issue. And if you believe in that, then that's what's going to happen. I find this interesting. It's working, but for some people it's not. These emails. And anyways. No. Never mind, Brenda. That's fine. We'll do it that way. Brenda Climo, I will take care of you right now. And Tammy, you're next. So Brenda, which one? You're used to having things make you feel like shit and you miss out on life. And for example, this particular thing about trying to get the email. How interesting is that? Makes you feel like shit. Self-centered people do. There's a pattern and a thought that's going on that says that I have to keep focusing on what I don't like. I'm not sure why you have to focus on what you don't like, but that's how I talk. This is just a regular conversation. This is what people do. Oh, so you just have a regular habit of thinking in a particular way. So they're asking you to address how you're thinking. You're like, oh, shit, I got to go to work again today, or I got to do this. That's not liking what you got to do. It's part of that journey. And that's what they're looking at is start looking at how your thought patterns are. Okay. If some of you are having so much trouble that you can't get through, and I haven't named you off, like Amy Patterson, I don't see it. I don't know why it's not here. I'll give you guys, for those that can't do it, we'll do a hashtag one. So let me, under Vintage Babe. Yes, just general. Oh, okay, just general. We can do that. Natasha's years came through. That's so good. Natasha's come through. So Tammy Stephens, you said that you just want a general. That is fine. You paid for 11 minutes, correct? Okay, that's coming up. Oh, God, that made it felt like my eye was turning inside out. That's a sign. Oh, what the hell is that about? Fear of being let go. And my right eye, so you don't want to see. No, this is what you're told to see. And you're like, but I don't want to see it that way. So you're rejecting it? No, you know that's how you're supposed to see it. So with me, okay, You have to understand what I'm saying. If that sounds about right, answer fast as you can. That would be good. Something about feeling attacked. Now, all of a sudden, my digestion starts to get all screwy. Are we talking about just the right side? No, it's all of it. Okay, so my digestion. Okay, that's enough. I don't need to take any more on. So what can't you let go of? Feeling alone. So do you feel alone? If I do, okay, no, this goes back to when I'm standing there and I have to go out in the world. I feel so alone. I mean, literally, I feel no attachment to anything, and this is making me ungrounded. It's making me totally, she says my daughter attacks. This would make sense. Because it's very much ungrounding. Oh my God. And you're so tired. All you can feel is the rejection, and the rejection. And you're so tired. Why can't I just show up as me, is what I hear. So it's the rejection. Oh my God. It's coming from everywhere, because it's not, I mean, it's like, even though I can, it's directly aimed. So it will hurt. And does it have to go through the whole body, the ear, the eye? It's in your face, no matter what. It's in your face. How old, may I ask? Oh, my granddaughter was taken away after 2 years. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Ooh. I mean, literally, I can hear the screaming in my ear. It doesn't matter what action you take. No. Tell me more about this, though. The action. The action is about... I have to let them live their life their way. Yeah, you'll have to. But, what was that? That's a sign. Stuff you got to face. You have to be careful what you say. You have to be so careful at what you have to say, because she takes offense to everything. Is that the case? She sees you as not as a good mother or a fit mother, and therefore and so she's going back to a trauma that she experienced at age 12. And because of this, she just has this filter that you irritate the fuck out of her. Your daughter has cut you off entirely. Well, all I can tell you is that she's like, yeah, I can totally see this. I mean, this is, So she held you responsible about something, and you didn't respond the way that, she's holding this trauma. Whatever happened at age 12, she's holding this trauma, and it's, you weren't there for me. You don't get to do this to me. And, okay, so, wow. She goes, I say no. She is an addict. See, now that totally makes sense. You can't control me. You're not a part of my life. You don't know what's going on. I keep hearing this. You just don't know what's going on. So why do you don't even have the rights? I'm hearing this. Paying me back from my mother, enabling her. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so the thing is that what can you do about it? You got to remember, your soul is saying that this situation, this lesson of that's happening, and what is it why is it so? Is that how you feel? When did you decide to feel that? So at 3 years old, so were you a mean kid growing up or anything? Did you feel like you had to act mean, be tough? Because I feel all of a sudden at age 3, there was a lot of aggression, and you had to act mean in order to please somebody. I know you said no, but just listen. Did you have to? Was anybody in your household demanding that you be perfect, or that you do something? So at 3 years old, we're talking about your 3-year-old self and what was expected of you, because it's going back. This is why, and there's a panic that if you don't live a certain way, then all hell's going to break loose. Now that you're a mother, you're saying, I want to live the way I want to live, and I'm going to do it my way. But now you got the same story of a panic, the panic of a 3-year-old of not living a certain way. And now the adult was, I'm a panic that's living the same way. So do you see the connecting story here? Okay. You don't get caught up in what she's doing or what's the pain that you're in. Notice how the child part of you says, I'm panicked. Do you feel panicked? Okay. See, now doesn't have to remember. Okay. All she remembers is that, not that I recall, I was it. And the first memory was 5. Dad threatened to kill mom constantly. Okay. Can you understand why you're in a constant panic? You are not going to live that way. And now you have somebody that is doing this to you as far as where you have to be panicked. Now, if he was addicted to constantly, a threaten to kill, duplicate that to your daughter. She's threatening you. Okay. She's doing whatever nasty behavior, just like your father did a nasty behavior. You're duplicating that moment as an adult now. You haven't resolved it, so you have to keep seeing it, and it's going to keep going on and on and on. Does this make sense? Okay. Oh, no, my pendulums are tangled. Okay. I know it's a shit, but you can heal this. Okay. It's not that you have to be a victim of this. It's just that your soul is saying, can you heal this now? Can you heal this now? And so constantly, because your soul is asking you this, it's asking to be resolved so that it can take that energy and put it into the love category. But it can't, because it only knows. So if I ask Spirit, what should you heal first? It goes to the 3-year-old self about how you're panicked. Okay. If you don't do a healing with me, use healing tools. EFT would be the best. Even though I'm panicked, I'm panicked. I'm just panicked. And you can think about how you're panicked, of how he puts you in the situation of panic. You can, because he threatened to take your mom away, just like your daughter's threatened to take the granddaughter away. And you can keep tapping out that panic until it's gone. Then you can go in and say, oh my God, even though I see my father as threatening, okay, and you keep doing that, and then you can tap it out about your daughter. You have to disrupt the signals, because your brain accepts beliefs, and the beliefs is what creates your world. And what's important to you is that you don't want to repeat it again. So you do it towards and away from. So what happens is that you can't help but to repeat it again, but you can disrupt it. Even doing this at night, even if you're not tapping, you're touching the emotion point, you're touching the hairline, which helps process the chemicals of the emotions. And these are the, oh my God, points. Your electromagnetic, 80% of the blood left your forebrain. Your electromagnetic, you're just having your hand here, brings the blood back up. You can individually, if you want to calm down your anxiety, go like this too. Put your thumbs here, put your fingers here. Okay. Put it on a scale from 0 to 10. Oh my God. And then as you do these healing tools, it'll go down to 0. Okay. You may feel like it's gone down. It may go down to 2. It doesn't matter. Get it gone. Got it? Oh, my body just went. Okay. So it's going nuts. Yes. Do the worry, because you're worried for your granddaughter, just like you worried for your mother. I want you to tap out worry. Was he successful? Is your mother? Did he hurt her? If it didn't come to pass, then you have to understand how your brain is fearful that it's going to happen, and then you're going to tap out. I see, because your brain uses imagination as well. I see my mother dying and I can't live without her. Just like, oh my God, something's happened to my granddaughter and I can't live without her. Okay, so you need to. Good, he left. That's good. Now, this is very much confusing to your mind, because the mother's not going to leave the daughter. You don't know what's going to happen, but you need to go in and tap out these fears and disrupt that signal, because your body is keep producing the same story over and over. Okay. Still very much. Okay. What do you want her to rub certain things? Okay, that's right. Where do you want her to rub? Large intestine. Because this is old habit, you see this point here? It's frozen. You need to get a magnet. That's on both hands. And you're going to take a magnet, go back and forth on both hands, good 12 times, then go in and rub about 30 times. See, that's your mother's pattern. You know, God bless her soul for having to go through it. That's definitely a paradigm, but you're breaking it out of yours. Rubbing this will change your patterns and your points. The magnet will help release, so you can start pulling that out of your system. So thank you very much for honoring me. You guys are doing great. So there's another paid read for Blanca. For Blanca, Leo. Okay. And that's a 6-minute read. And we will get there. And okay, so and then after that will be Jamie for the 1-minute read. So Blanca says, same question about the course that I will take in the second week of October. Need more details and unblocking negative energy, please. Gotcha. So we're going to go 6 minutes. All right, Blanca, if you're here, communicate with me if it makes any sense. We're going to remove blocks so she can be successful. You ready? Got it. Okay, so you're very much high beta. You're worrying, and your brain keeps predicting that it's not going to work out. Your brain keeps predicting it's not going to work out. Your brain predicts, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm scared of the unknown. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm scared of the unknown. But then your brain says, oh, I know what's going to happen. And so now we're going to look at age 12. We're not going to go back before that? Because that's significant. Your vibration was high, but your frequency was low. And every time you tried to expand yourself, you created a panic. Where is it you want her to heal? You're getting there. Your strategy to survive, first chakra, of being in a big place like school and stuff, or and even if you're doing it at home. But just imagine if you had to go out into the world and you had to be around people. Ooh. That's what made the, oof. Okay. Okay. So, Blanca, I don't know if you know much about hope therapy, but just like with Barbara, I'm going to trust if you want to play for a minute. What I want you to do is take your right wrist, 3 positions, 1, 2, 3. Put your thumb in the third. You can always do this after the show too, but I suggest doing it now. Go like this. Remember, 1, 2, 3. On the right wrist. Put your hand on your forehead and listen to me, because what's happening is that your triple warmer is like, I do not have what it takes to get my desired results. I don't believe that I had. So what happened is somebody took away the ability to believe in yourself. And the story goes, this little boy was making something out of clay. Teacher or student says, oh, that don't look like a horse. And then he crushes it up because he's so hurt. And he throws away the clay and never creates again. It's the hurt. I need you to focus on the hurt, how they exert their power. The hurt. Again, R3S, putting your hand there. And I want you to notice that then you're like, but I don't want to hurt. I don't want to feel this way. So you put a self-imposed limitation of, I'm going to block myself. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want the hurt. That's there right there. That's the self-imposed limitations. I don't want the hurt. And you keep doing it until you start to remove and transcend and let it all go. And you're like, but I have to correct myself. I've got to make a life for myself. I have to change myself. But then your body goes, no, and puts that self-imposed limitations, make you go into that I don't have self-efficacy. I can't get the desired results. You need to put that on a scale from 0 to 10, and 10 being the worst. And then you hold on until it gets down to 0. Okay? Because you're having to deal with an auto response. And you're putting yourself such under pressure to do something, and then you have this program that's stopping you. Who's going to win? You're going to get extremely under pressure. You're not going to get success until you chug along 10 steps or 1 step forward and 10 steps back, because this one's set in your GPS. This program says, I don't want to be hurt again. Okay, you can EFT all this out. I don't want to be hurt, even though I don't want to be hurt, even though I stop myself, that's that self-imposed limitations. Because when you begin to heal this, and like I said, if you're holding those points and you heal this straight down, what's going to happen is that the frequency is going to rise. The vibration is going to balance out so that you can start to move beyond your self-imposed limitations. If you remember what hurt you at 12, then I would think that too as you hold R3S. Because you have also associated with that is that all the efforts I do is unreceived. When you're done and you feel like that's gone all the way down, I then want you to hold L1S, not 3, because that's what you're doing now, but L1S. And I want you to think about all of the effort you've put in and it's unreceived. No fruitile, no results, no nothing. You believe in that one because you see it so many times. That's also going to stop you from receiving, because your brain says, I'm predicting this result. I'm going to predict this result. See, it's the same thing as before. And you stay there until it's down to 0. And you transcend and let it go. Okay? That's what you're going to do. You have to make sure the hurt's gone. Yeah, it's a memory, but it doesn't own you. All of those things we just talked about, get them out. Okay? Now, Jamie. Oh, nice to meet you too. Okay, my question is, what should I expect in the next 6 months from now? Okay, so I don't do much as far as expectation, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And the variables above your head always repeat the same story. If you haven't done shit, you're not going to do shit because you're comfortable. Most people will have to wait until they're bitch slapped before they move, or forced into doing something until they get to that state of change. 6 months from now is that you're stuck on your story. They said that you can't help being stuck on your story. And there's a part of you that has a little disgrace with it, and it's working for you, because then you can go back, well, why haven't you gone to school, or why you haven't done this? Oh, this thing that happened? Oh my God, yeah, it still affects me. Okay, so now I'm going to look at this story, and the story is that you have to be compelled to correct yourself. So you can't really make a decision of what you want, because you have to correct yourself based on how other people keep telling you what you should be doing, how you're supposed to be doing it, and where you need to go. You need to you have to start choosing with your heart, leading with your mind, and you start living what you like. So what if you go after accounting and you're thinking that's the best thing for me because I said so? You go to school and you find out, no, that's not what I really want to do. But this does. So one thing can lead to another to get you to where you need to go. You just have to start listening to go along with your heart. Amy, I'm going to do you real quick. Patterson. No, I did not get your email, and I don't understand why. And then I got to go because I have another appointment with somebody. Okay. So, Amy Patterson, my dear Amy, I I don't see where she's at all. Okay, so Miss Amy, you got to heal that heart because you keep bullying yourself. You keep attracting people in that tell you that the people that you like, it just keeps being this vicious cycle. I need you to believe in yourself. I don't want you to go out there and have somebody else to be happy. Believe in yourself, because when you start taking and doing what Amy wants, which isn't to think about men all the time or to think about where you don't have a boyfriend or you think that you have to be out there. I need you to discover who what Amy likes and needs and build on that. No, Natasha, I'll get yours. If I haven't, I'll do it. I thought I did, but that's okay. Maybe I didn't. There's a split in who you are and what you're doing. You got to focus. You got to get your head out here, and your head needs to go on your heart and focus on what you want, because that'll draw the person into your world. Natasha, I totally could have jumped over you. We're learning all these things. My question is regarding my relationship with my partner. Ooh. Yeah, we need to do that. All right, so do you think there's deception going on? There isn't. There's no deception. The traction is becoming less and less from what I can see. The playfulness is leaving. Oh, these all going to be upside down. The heart-to-heart conversations are becoming less and far in between, and you're like, I don't want to engage anymore. So is your heart not in this? I take it. If your heart's not into it, then you are telling yourself something. So do you want to be in this relationship? There's a part of you that maybe thinks no. It doesn't want to be a part of that. Does this make any sense, Natasha? I'm just very curious about this. Your signs. I don't even know if you're even aware of it. Okay. So, I'm going to be doing a show sometime again this week. And I think the new format, you're welcome, Amy. I think the new format will work. We just have to get it so that people can do it, and we'll get to where we need to go. All right. Now see, Natasha, I have to say this real quick. You have to heal the pain. But if you're not willing to heal the pain, that means you don't want to forgive him. You don't want to be hurt again, because your chakras, your survival instinct is no. Now, I'm going to ask Spirit. Thanks, Pili. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, so here's the card. Do you really love him? You're done having a codependent relationship. So if you guys got together, we come together with trauma buddies, understand you're done with that codependency, or he's done. Someone's done with that. You have to redefine the relationship. Goodness, I just dropped everything. Because how you guys are in the same vibe, no, the passion and everything is not there. And there's a part of you that's so done. Wow, everything. Heal the pain. That's all I can say. You got to heal the story. You got to heal the emotion. Even if you just did this, Natasha, think about that pain, because your heart says, there's no freaking way I want love in my life. I've got to put my shields up. There's no way I'm going to be vulnerable to that pain. Melanie, I didn't really miss you because the new rule is, I already told people I have to leave because I got a client. Number 2, you need to email me your question. I will double check to see if you emailed me. I don't see your emailed question or paid. I'll give you the 1 minute, but that's it. No more. Cut off everybody. Melody. You like to silently brood. Are you doing that right now? Okay. What's her real reason? You worry. What happens? And you feel, when you worry, there's an invading energy. And this invading energy has nothing to do with evil spirits. It has to do with your worry. Because what you're doing is you're telling them, and when you said to the universe, I'm putting an order in, this is what I want in my life. And then when you go ahead and then you say, oh, I'm going to worry, you're canceling your order and you're ordering worry. And then the universe says, hey, stop the good stuff. She's now changed the order to worry. And then worry then starts to come to you, because then you're going to get proof that this is what's happening. Okay. So understand, you need to heal out worry, and you got to be aware when you're doing it so that you don't tell the universe more of that, please. Okay. So, Melanie, if that makes sense, let me know. Just, 2 seconds. You're welcome. I'm great to meet you too. You don't have to go alone if you want a healing. I don't charge that much for the private sessions and healing and readings and stuff like this. Yes, I'm sorry, you're first time viewer. I just don't like when people say you missed me. Okay. Well, they don't, because they're like, I've done everything correctly. Nah. Well, I've already answered. Did you hear your reading? I gave you one. When you when I do a live show, that's when you email me. Okay. And it's pinned at the bottom so that you can see it. It's pinned at the top so you can see it. All right. I'm going to be doing another show this week. I just can't tell you when. My new schedule is in place. So I can do shows earlier. If you're okay with that, that's great. And if you can tell me that you're okay with it. Okay. Okay. Well, Melanie, you said it resonates. Okay. Tap it out. Use EFT. You need to disrupt that signal. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for anybody. All right. I'm off to do the work. And I will talk to you all later. I love you. And what do I always say? Stay blessed. Stay blessed, you guys. Camera's over here.